Hello, I'm Dasha Ratu, a 2014 graduate of the Gallatin School of Individualized Study. I'm also an NYU Alumni trustee and president of your NYU Alumni Association. The NYU Alumni Association makes up the largest alumni network of any private university in the United States. We are a vibrant community of over 600,000 alumni worldwide, from New York to Nigeria to the Netherlands. NYU forged strong connections through our shared interests and experiences, not to mention our steadfast violet pride. Our alumni volunteers, about 2,300 all told, play a vital role in building and strengthening those connections throughout our global network. We work together to launch and run alumni clubs, attend on-campus events for admitted students, act as social media ambassadors for the university, mentor community members, and so much more. Alumni serve as board members and trustees, club leaders, torchbearers, school association members, and committee members. These people are also some of our most dedicated and motivated alumni volunteers. In true NYU spirit, alumni volunteers tackled the challenges of this unprecedented year with poise and grace. Their efforts are impressive, to say the least. I couldn't begin to list all they've achieved in this past year alone, so here's just a short sampling. We hosted over 700 events, nearly 300 of which were held online. Nearly 35,000 alumni from all over the world attended these events, either in person or virtually. A few highlights of our online events include Judy Balkin's Self-Confidence, the Gift You Give Yourself, an online workshop presented by the NYU Women's Initiative. The NYU Alumni Club in San Francisco's virtual wine tasting at Decant SF, co-founded by Gallatin alumnus Simi Graywall. And the NYU Alumni Club in Japan's virtual happy hour, Love and Space, Secrets of the Universe, which featured NYU SPS alumnus Satoki Kurokawa, now an administrator at the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. We also continued to find fun new ways for alumni across the globe to engage with the NYU community. For example, spreading the word about alumni-owned businesses or facilitating online conversations with esteemed NYU faculty and experts. The mission of the NYU Alumni Association is simple: to help alumni build and sustain a lifelong relationship with the university and each other. And this is fueled by volunteers who remain connected and help keep fellow alumni connected as well. The collective impact and talents of this special group are truly remarkable. On behalf of the NYU Alumni Association, I sincerely thank all our volunteers for the work you do. It is now my pleasure to introduce NYU President Andy Hamilton, who would like to further recognize this amazing community.
Thank you, Dasha. Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Hamilton, President of NYU, and I'm delighted to say a few words in recognition of our outstanding alumni volunteers. Alumni volunteers, your commitment and hard work are the backbone of the NYU Alumni Association, the largest alumni network of any private university in the United States. At 500,000 members worldwide, our vast network is strong because of your tireless efforts to help alumni build a lifelong relationship with the university. Looking back over the past several months, it's fair to say that this year has been a year like no other. You, our incredible volunteers, have risen to the challenge by lending your time, your talents, and your support despite a myriad of challenges. From virtual trivia events and career development workshops to intimate online conversations with NYU faculty and industry experts. Alumni volunteers have created new ways for alumni to connect even as we are physically distanced from one another. It fills me with immense violet pride to see you employ your talents and resources so generously, giving back to your alma mater and to our amazing alumni community. You should be extremely proud of NYU's reputation As one of the world's most respected universities, our alumni have played a critical role in achieving that renown. On behalf of everyone at NYU, I commend you, our alumni volunteers, for your hard work and commitment to our community. Your efforts do not go unnoticed, and I'm immensely grateful and proud that you are part of our global NYU family. Thank you for helping us build a vibrant NYU alumni community, one with lasting ties to our university. With volunteer leaders like you, I am excited to see what NYU will accomplish in these years to come.
Thank you, Andy, and I couldn't agree more. Our volunteer leaders are truly one of a kind and an important part of our NYU family. It's a joy and honor to recognize and celebrate their phenomenal contributions. These exceptional leaders have gone above and beyond to advance and uphold the NYU community. Each year, the NYU Alumni Association Service Awards recognize outstanding alumni volunteers and programs. Award recipients exemplify leadership, innovative programming, and community engagement, making our alumni family stronger and more connected. Our annual recognition includes the Meritorious Service Award, which is presented to an NYU alumni volunteer who's demonstrated extraordinary service and continuing devotion to their alma mater. Nominations for these awards are submitted by our alumni volunteers, then reviewed and voted on by NYU Alumni Association board committees. I would like to thank the Awards Committee, Volunteer Leadership Outreach Committee, and Alumni Weekend Committee for their work on this recognition. I'd also like to thank our NYU trustees and NYU AA board members for their leadership and support of our university. Before we acknowledge this year's honorees, I'd like to recognize a few people on the board of directors who are concluding their terms of service. A special thank you to Monifa Anderson, Jenny Eskin, Jonathan Kortmansky, Crystal Ann McLeod, and Mandy Tan. We are incredibly grateful for your dedication and service. We know that you'll continue volunteering in other valuable and meaningful ways. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. The time has come for us to recognize this year's honorees. So without further ado, meet our 2020 Service Award winners.
When we decided to take a leadership role at the beginning of 2020, we did not expect the pandemic to radically change our day-to-day lives. Instead of viewing the inability to gather in person as an unfortunate constraint, we focused on unique opportunities to engage with our local San Francisco, regional West Coast, and global alumni communities.
We have managed to work together to find ways to shift all of our programming to virtual events, whether it's career support, whether it's just other ways to connect the community through some fun events.
We've actually been able to spearhead the use of Icebreaker. It's an online meeting platform, a little bit better than Zoom, I would say, in getting to meet new people, and it's co-founded by an NYU alum, which is great.
So this year, our club has put on about a dozen different programs, whether it's a tech panel, whether it's a happy hour, all sorts of alumni come out in order to attend these events, and that is so great to see.
It feels incredibly rewarding to give back as an NYU alum to an institution that has given me so much.
Thank you so much for this award today. It means so much to me to be receiving it, especially during a really challenging year. We've been able to drive some really meaningful programming for our community, and this couldn't have been done without the help of our amazing volunteers.
Caroline, Tammy, Emily, Gabrielle, and other event volunteers.
And special shout out goes to Jenny Peterson, our connection to NYU, who is just always so sweet and encouraging. Thank you for everything.
Alice and I are grateful to receive this award.
Tish West Works is a works in progress meetup group based in Los Angeles, but in these COVID times, we are accepting alumni from across the country virtually. We are primarily focused around scripting, but also we accept pitches. We use it as rehearsal space for actors, and it's a regenerative experience to be in a room with other creative people, listening to their ideas, being inspired by their ideas. People have come with show reels or rough cuts of trailers, short films, parts of longer pieces. We want it to be a space, an open space for creative alumni to come and get feedback in a town that's built on pitches, it's built on networking, it's built on not just your idea, but also how you're presenting yourself. It's been an experience that I keep returning back to because of the people, because of the connections that I see being made. I mean, that the people are the reason why I do it. Thank you to the NYU Alumni Association for this award. I'm very touched that Tisch West Works was nominated and recognized. I joined Tisch West because I wanted to pay forward the warm welcome that I received when I moved to Los Angeles. And for the past 5 years, the community surrounding Tisch West Works has reminded me of the wonderful talent, tenacity, passion, and integrity that comes out of the university. I want to thank all the other volunteer groups across the country who work to keep our community alive and thriving.
The Chief Nursing Officer event that we held had 5 Chief Nursing Officers from NYC. So this event brought together a chance for nurse leaders who are aspiring to become nurse executives, possibly in the CNO role, an intimate view of the challenges they face, what it took to get to become CNO in their career journey, and also just what they're most proud of and what advice they could give to future leaders that want to aspire to be CNOs. I was so proud of us for doing this because it really just was inspiring. It made it real for us who are aspiring to become future CNOs in other hospitals. It made it achievable. It made us see what the challenges they went through and what it took to get to that point. This happened right before the pandemic, and so everyone in that room afterwards really stepped up as leaders. So it showcased nursing in such a way, not only as what we do clinically, but also what we do to inspire each other and really support each other as a team. Having that chief nursing officer of that panel let us be able to have the foundation to push forward, especially during the pandemic. Receiving this award is the most humbling experience ever. I never thought that this council would take off the way it did. I'm so proud of the work that we do. I cannot thank NYU enough for recognizing all of this achievement that we've accomplished for this council and letting us just have the platform and giving us the space to have our voices heard as nurse leaders so we can make the change, we can support each other, and we can support our patients, and that's what's really most important. It is with incredible appreciation that our council humbly accepts this award for the event of the year. Thank you so very much.
The NYU Alumni Club of Israel brings the NYU Violet spirit from New York to Israel. We have more than 1,500 alumni here, and we are a group of people who all share the same values. We all have experiences that are very similar of living in New York, studying at NYU. We have similar interests, and we like to spend time together and help each other, both in our personal and professional lives. The NYU Alumni Club of Israel has a special focus on partnerships. We partner with the NYU Tel Aviv Academic Center and have many joint events together. We partner with the Tel Aviv University and the Doing Business in Israel program of Stern. We partner with the nonprofit organization Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Israel, and several other partnerships. The pandemic has affected all of us. What we did in order to keep our club going is we moved our events to be online events. And we held a couple of webinars jointly with NYU Tel Aviv. And this actually turned out to be a positive thing because typically our physical face-to-face events are only for Israeli alumni, folks who live here in Israel. Now that we moved online to do webinars, we were actually able to open this up and have alumni from different places around the globe join our webinars. So the number of people that participated and their geographies expanded quite a bit. I'm honored to accept the NYU Alumni Volunteer of the Year Award. My time at NYU was incredibly special. It was a real pivotal period in my personal and professional life. This award should really go to the leadership team of the NYU Alumni Club of Israel. It has been my pleasure to work together with such a wonderful team to promote the NYU community in Israel. I'm happy that I can give back and help NYU thrive as a worldwide leading university.
At NYU Alumni Community in Singapore, as a committee, we've had various types of events to cater to various needs, including the NYU Pan-Asia Alumni Conference, the clay art making with the intellectually disabled of Singapore, speed networking, kickoff events, and power meals where established NYU alumni host meals for younger alumni. In Singapore, we love to eat, so most of our events involve food, all kinds of food. That's the most important thing in Singapore. You gotta have great food. You know, if you have great food, people will come. I wanted to get involved with NYU Alumni Club in Singapore because I thought that it was a great way for me to give back, to give my time and passion and enthusiasm in bringing alumni in Singapore together for social events, for networking, or just to bond and build meaningful relationships. On behalf of NYU Alumni Singapore, I would like to thank NYU for the Club of Distinction Award. We are humbled and grateful for this accolade and would not have been able to achieve so much without the combined efforts of NYU, the Pan-Asia Alumni Committee, the Office of Alumni Relations, the alumni in Singapore, and every alumni committee member and volunteer in Singapore past and present. We hope to continue growing the club in Singapore from strength to strength and to carry the torch of excellence for NYU. Thank you.
The color violet has flowed through Brian Levine's veins since he was just a young man, and the university has benefited from his talent and his passion.
Brian has enthusiasm which is contagious. From the beginning, there was no doubt that he had leadership abilities that were evident right away.
The other thing about Brian is that he's filled with positive ideas, and that made him someone whose opinion was incredibly valuable to all of us.
Brian had the insight to come out and reach out to me to say, would it be possible for a medical student like me to join the Alumni Board of Governors and give a student's viewpoint, something we had not had beforehand.
I absolutely loved my NYU medical school experience. I always call myself a double violet, right? I have 2 NYU graduate degrees, but I'm really a triple violet because I went to graduate school at NYU. I then worked for the university for a year as a researcher up at the medical school, and then I attended the medical school.
One of the ways in which other people become involved is to be affected by his touch, which is contagious, and getting some of that positive contagion and wanting to do something for the university, for their school.
The expression to pay it forward is one of those things that he's very much a person who embodies in his whole spirit.
We were the #1 medical school in generosity by medical alumni to unrestricted funds. And that led to us having, with additional donations by generous alumni, a full tuition-free medical school, the envy of the world.
The Meritorious Service Award is such an important recognition of fellow alum into the kind of work and time and energy that someone has put into the university and has given back. Brian is an inspiration. His energy is enormous, and his thought process and his creativity, he's a star.
I truly was humbled and honored to receive this award. Knowing that the Meritorious Service Award is the highest award that's given to an alumni, I said to myself, wow, I thought I didn't really get the chance to make a difference. I thought I just did my job. And to now receive this award, I'm just absolutely floored and excited. The whole idea behind working as an alumnus was to try to just make it better for the next person. So although I'm accepting this award on behalf of the work that I have done, I want you to know that I truly recognize that it was all of the members of the Alumni Association, the staff partners, and the executive members who helped make it possible. So thank you for your tireless work. And if we didn't say thank you enough, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello again. I'd like to extend my warmest congratulations to the recipients of this year's Alumni Service Awards: Brian Levine, Oded Agam, Alice Chang, and Antonio Miselli, as well as the NYU Tisch West, the NYU Nursing Administration Alumni Advisory Council, and the NYU Alumni Club in Singapore. Finally, I'd like to offer special thanks to Dasha Retu, our NYU Alumni Association President, for her leadership on behalf of the alumni community. Let me also thank the NYU Alumni Association Awards Committee, as well as the Volunteer Leadership Outreach Committee, and to all of our alumni volunteers. The collective impact of NYU alumni volunteers is remarkable, and our university is the better for it. Thank you for everything that you do for NYU, and our warmest wishes to you all.